Hi, I'm Chuck Winn with QMS Financial, and thank you for joining us today on our live webcast. We have a lot of exciting things to talk about today, and I know a lot of agents out there probably have heard of this concept, and a lot of agents are probably wondering what this is. And we hope to address all those questions today and show you how you can use this to better help your clients and set yourself apart from other agents out there. This is basically the reason that I came across this concept was because of my wife and daughter. When my daughter was born 2.5 years ago is when I finally really started to consider financial planning and looking at different options for the future. Up until then, I just kind of went through life and lived paycheck to paycheck and kind of did the same thing that most of us do. And when she was born, I started to look at different options out there and tried to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, how I wanted to plan for her college, how I wanted to plan for her retirement. And when I started looking at all the different options, none of those options really struck me as anything all that fabulous. When I came across this concept, I realized that this was the answer that I had been looking for. Now, we're based out of Colorado, so I always have to bring a gold miner into this. But this is Gus, and Gus goes through life and basically pans for gold because he knows that if he goes down to the river every day and he pulls gold out of that river, he's going to have enough money to live on, and he's going to be able to take some of that gold and set it aside so that when he retires, he'll have enough to live on at that point in life as well. And some days he has some really good days. Other days maybe aren't so good. He gets a lot of gold in his pan and he might get excited and drops the whole pan of gold into the river and it all floats away and he has to start all over again. And on the really, really bad days, he gets that golden nugget and goes back to his cabin, and on the way back he gets held up at gunpoint and the bandits steal his gold. But he goes back to the river every day, the same thing over and over and over again, because that's what he's been told to do, and he believes that he wants to be consistent throughout his life, and that's going to provide him some financial security down the road. The truth of the matter is 95% of people ages 55 to 64 who are still working still plan on getting another job after they retire. And this is a huge number. I mean, this pretty much encompasses everybody out there. So there's got to be a problem with the way that we're planning for our retirement that's putting all of these people into the same situation. When Social Security was first created in 1935, the distribution age was age 65. But the life expectancy was only 67. So what we've done is we've built all of our financial retirement vehicles around life expectancies that are not as long as what we're living on today. People are outliving their income. People are getting into situations when they do retire, they don't have enough income to live on because the stock market crashes right before they get ready to retire. And we've come across clients that have lost 30, 40, 50% of their income 5 years before retirement. And the situation that puts people into is they get to a point where they cannot recover from their losses. What we're going to do today is show you how to provide a stable retirement where we guarantee your income and give you an income that you won't outlive. So some questions to ponder. Jan, I'm just going to ask you a question. If you needed a car loan today and you were offered financing at 12%, would you take it?
No.
How come?
12% is too high in the current market.
12%, when you pay 12% interest, you're actually paying money out to somebody else and you're paying a larger amount out, right? Okay. That's a good answer. That's what most people normally do. Ernest, have you or would you ever have paid cash for a car or other large ticket item instead of financing it?
No.
How come?
It's cheaper to finance it as opposed to coming off X amount of dollars.
Okay, so you'd rather finance it and use somebody else's money to pay for it. Okay, a lot of people do that, and a lot of people choose to use the cash method too. And actually, cash can sometimes be the worst way to absolutely finance something, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Michael, do you currently save 35 to 50% of your income for retirement?
No.
And how come?
I don't have enough cash flow to do that.
Okay, you have life's needs and wants that gets in the way. If anybody has ever seen the movie Up, the Disney movie, The family's trying to save for a vacation that they want to take to this distant place, and they keep putting money into their jar. And as time goes on, different things happen. Their car gets a flat tire, they need a new roof on their house, and they're constantly breaking into their jar. Well, that happens with us in retirement, and life's needs and wants are the things that I believe get us in trouble and keep us from actually making the contributions that we want to make toward our retirement, because when we make contributions into retirement plans, those contributions lock away our money and don't give us access to it. So because that money is locked away, and because we don't have access to it, we tend to either not do it or put less in than we normally would put into it. What we're about to show you today is going to challenge some of your deepest rooted beliefs on financial planning, and it's going to challenge everything that you've learned up until this point. The infinite banking concept literally takes everything that you know or thought you knew about retirement planning and turns it 180 degrees around. However, it will put you on the path to becoming truly financially free if you follow the system. And it's actually a pretty easy system to follow. What we do with the infinite banking concept, build a solid financial foundation using the infinite banking concept. And this infinite banking concept creates a personal financial system for life. It secures your retirement through safe money growth, gives you family protection along the way, and gives you a lifetime income, an income that you will never outlive. When we get to retirement, we have some big choices to make. Because we don't have the money that we thought we were going to have, or because we're living longer than we thought we were going to live, or a combination of both, that's what causes 95% of us to still have to work. This system will give you a source where you will never outlive the income, and it's predictable. So the objective with this is to create a financial strategy to last a lifetime and beyond, to create a lifetime capital pool for life's needs and wants, find and recapture transferred money. Transferred money is that money that you write checks out every month for, credit cards, automobiles, mortgages. Every time you write a check and send it off to one of those companies, you're transferring your money from your pocket to somebody else's. We're going to show you how to find that money and recapture it into an entity that you own and control. We're also going to protect assets from creditors and litigation, create a tax-free retirement, and think about tax-free retirement for a second. A lot of people are buzzing with Roth IRAs and everything because that's one thing that they provide, but there's still a lot of pitfalls with a Roth IRA. Until those came around, a tax-free retirement was essentially completely evasive. This gives you a solid system that you can build a predictable, tax-free retirement with. And by doing that and showing this to your clients, think about how big of an asset you will become to them, because you're showing them something that nobody else has been able to show them. We also believe in teaching children stewardship of money, showing how you can pass this legacy on to your children and to their children.